Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. The SGX Nifty is suggesting that we'll likely start off well in the green. But as promised, let's get straight to our top 10 stocks that we're tracking for you. Our research team is standing by with CNBC-TV18's top stocks for the day. Sonia, you go first. You're looking at Reliance Industries.
Oh yes, this news is known, but now the company has initiated the process of the demerger of its financial services arm. Remember, it had announced last year that it will be demerging its financial services business in order to unlock value for shareholders. So that's a positive that's coming through. The financial services business will be renamed Jio Financial Services, and 2nd of May is when the board meeting will take place, where stakeholders will meet in order to discuss more about the demerger plans. Now, after the demerger, the shares of Jio Financial Services will be listed on NSE and BSE, and shareholders will get 1 share in the new demerged entity for every share that they hold in Reliance Industries. Now, if you look at it, the financial services business, the combined entity has a revenue of around 1,530 odd crores and an asset base of almost 28,000 crores. So it's a pretty large business. And last year, when they had made this announcement, a lot of brokerages had written notes. They have a positive view on it because A, it unlocks value for shareholders. B, the business is pretty large and growing as well. MK put out a note where they said it sets the stage for monetization of many of its verticals, which is a big positive. So I'm going with a green on Reliance Industries.
Right. So that's a big one, right? Reliance and focus. We'll keep discussing this with analysts a little later on the show as well. Now, Pharma has got news flow. Ekta is here to tell us more what stocks. Ekta, morning.
Morning. Well, I'll start with Lupin, which is in focus. I expect the stock to be in the red today because they've been issued a Form 483 for their Pithampur Unit 2 with 10 observations. So the number of observations would obviously deter the street in terms of what could happen for this particular plant. Remember, this particular plant already has a warning letter which was issued to it in November 2017. So maybe the resolution of it is going to be pushed back further. Now, we don't know what the observations are, but nonetheless, the number will probably deter the street a little bit. Aurobindo and Cipla, marginal positive, should add sentiment to the stocks. They have signed a voluntary sub-licensing agreement with the medicines patent pool for an HIV drug. So they will be manufacturing it for 90 low and middle income countries, including India. So it's largely going to add to their ARV portfolios, which is their antiretroviral or anti-HIV portfolios. Plus, it is the first time a longer acting injectable drug for HIV has been made via has been made available via the MPP for low and middle income countries. So that should probably add in terms of sentiment. Will it be a huge game changer? Unlikely. Add to sentiment? Yes.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Ekta. Well, Vivek joins us as well to tell us about some more stocks and the news. Vivek?
Well, good morning. Some stocks on the radar on the back of, news flow. First on the list is defense company Bharat Electronics. Some important, order wins coming in for the company. The Ministry of Defense, number one, has signed 10 contracts with the company, and this is for orders worth almost 5,500 crore. This is again for the Indian Armed Forces. An additional order win was, uploaded by the company to the exchanges for almost 2,700 crore. Once again, this is for helicopter manufacturing as far as the Indian Armed Forces is concerned. Jeffrey says that at this point, the recent ordering brings it much closer to the FY23 estimated guidance of close to 20,000 crore, and they believe that stock is now at a good entry point. Watch out for JSW Energy as well. Along expected lines in terms of timelines as well as the actual news flow, the company has gone ahead and completed the acquisition of the renewable energy portfolio of Mitra Energy. Now, this acquisition adds a total installed capacity of over 17,500 megawatts, and the assets have an average PPA of close to 17 years. Lastly, Tata Power, some news flow coming in for the stock. Number one, under the PLI scheme, the company plans to set up almost 4 gigawatts of solar cell and modules manufacturing unit in Tamil Nadu. Also has received a letter of award for close to 1,755 crore to set up a solar project for NLC in Rajasthan. And lastly, the board has gone ahead and reappointed Praveer Sinha as the MD and CEO for further 4 years.
Okay, very helpful there. Thanks a lot. That's a pretty much exhaustive list of a lot of stocks in focus. But Surbhi, my colleague, has some more stocks in the news. Surbhi, over to you.
Thanks for that. So first up on my radar is Max Financial, where the promoter Max Ventures has sold 30 lakh shares, which is close to 0.9% stake in the company. Now, as of December 22 shareholding, the company holds 11.3% stake in the company. Of these 30 lakh shares, 20 lakh shares were bought by Plutus Wealth Management. Next is Gen Irrigation, where the company has announced that it has completed the merger of its global irrigation business with Rivulus. Now, this merger was announced in June of last year in a cash and a stock deal, and the company says that all the regulatory approvals related to the merger has been received by both the entities. Now, post this merger, Gen Israel, the subsidiary of Gen International, will continue to hold minority stake of 18.7% in the company. The merger will help reduce the company's consolidated debt by 44%. So, the 6,400 crores of debt will be reduced to 3,615 crores. Also, the company will release a corporate guarantee worth 246 crores. And lastly, Maharashtra Seamless, the company has received an order from ONGC Limited worth 537 crores to supply seamless casing pipes. These pipes have to be supplied in various states including Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, West Bengal. And these pipes will be gradually dispatched over the next 46 weeks.
Thanks a lot for that, Surbhi. Well, here's a quick recap of all the top stocks that we'll be tracking. Stocks with positive news flow include Reliance Industries, Pharma, Cipla, BEL, JSW Energy, Tata Power, Jain Irrigation Systems, as well as Maharashtra Seamless. While only a couple of stocks that could be reacting to negative news flow, namely Lupin as well as Max Financial.
All right, well, those are all the stocks in focus. But let's also get a roundup of what's happening in the world of crude. In fact, Brent is now above $79 a barrel, so getting back on its feet. Manisha Gupta is joining in this morning to give us all the action there. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, Sonia. Thank you for that. Well, yes, at 79 and at 3-week highs is where we are trading the crude oil prices with nearly 5% of gains in this week itself. Well, the markets are supported by lower U.S. inventories. We have seen the inventories decline by 7.5 million barrels in the previous week. So the U.S. inventories now stand at a 2-year lows, and that is supportive. Also, the gasoline inventories have declined, and this is ahead of the U.S. summer driving demand season. So the markets are taking cues from that. Also, there is halt in exports from Iraq, Kurdistan. Russian output has seen a cut as well. And then PetroChina says that the refined oil consumption in China will grow by nearly 3% in this year from the pre-COVID levels. So everywhere that you see, there is some supportive fundamental coming in for crude oil prices, which has been supportive. Not just that, if you look at gold, that's trading at a 12-month high, silver at a 7-week high, copper prices at a 3-week high. So you are looking at many of these industrial as well as precious metal prices trade firm today.
All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. Commodities in focus as we start another session. We'll take a quick break here. Up next, Aditya Suresh from Macquarie will join in for some fundamental stock talk. Later, we will connect with Sandeep Parekh and Hetal Dalal to talk about the various measures which have been approved by the SEBI, the board meet day before yesterday. And of course, a lot on the annual there as well. Stay tuned, all of that coming up.